Well, hello there and welcome back to the Hull City Fan Central YouTube channel, where today I do have my prediction for the Rotherham versus Hull City game taking place away in Rotherham tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's going to be an interesting game after coming off the Blackpool win. Our hopes are up here when realistically they should be down here. So grabbing our first away win of the season, making that 2 points from away matches, now 5, and then moving into another away match here. I can see us possibly picking something up, so you'll have to stay tuned towards the end of the video to hear my prediction. But first we'll go over my predicted Hull City lineup. So in goal, Nathan Baxter, after having an alright performance against Blackpool, not too much that he could have done saving-wise on their equaliser it was in the first half. But yeah, 3-1, can't complain about only letting one in. He wasn't really, to be fair, that busy. So yeah, can't see Nathan Baxter being changed at all. Moving into the back four, I think it is going to be the same back four that we did see away at Blackpool, with Jacob Greaves taking his new position as left back. Although we do have Brandon Fleming, who does seem to be a little bit more match fit after coming on for a few minutes against Blackpool. I don't think that he will be fit enough to start. Certainly not for this game. Possibly for the Blackburn game, depending on how his recovery process is going. So yeah, Jacob Greaves at left back. Centre-back partnership of Tobias Figueiredo, who, to be fair, coming back to the squad, he hasn't had too bad of performances. He's been defending as he should be, rather than trying to do all this sort of stuff that he's not really meant to do, but he wants to do it and then it messes up and then we concede 3 goals against Swansea. But yeah, to be fair to him, he's had an alright performance since returning back to the squad. And then also Alfie Jones, who's just been sort of like a benchmark, really, for defending this season. He's not had stinky performances in defence, nor has he had like excellent performances in defence. It's been a sort of like a level playing field for him. And then obviously at right back we do have Cyrus Christie. Although Louis Coyle is meant to be match fit for this game, I don't see him starting, especially not after playing for, I think it's been 2 games now. I don't see him starting. Moving a bit further up the field, we do obviously have Ryan Woods, who had an okay performance against Blackpool. Probably the best performance we have seen him have in a Hull City shirt. I believe he also got an assist in that game. So not too bad of a performance. Probably his best, as I said, that we've seen so far of him, because he hasn't looked the best. But from what I've gathered, he isn't the most standout performance player that you will see. And then alongside him, we do have the man, the myth, the legend, the Glaswegian Greg Doherty, who had an absolutely amazing performance against Blackpool. He's had some amazing performances so far this season, coming off the bench and then also starting, but he just really stapled himself in that game. And I can't see him getting changed over anyone, especially after scoring that beautiful goal, rocketing it into the top right corner. It was absolutely beautiful. A bit further ahead of him, we do have Regan Slater, the 50 grand man, who did also score in this game against Blackpool. And I don't see him getting brought out the side. Just needs to watch it on the yellow cards front, because I believe he's grabbed a yellow card in majority of the games that he's played, and he's already been suspended for yellow cards. So he just needs to watch it, because he did get one in the Blackpool game. That's the only reason that I can see him maybe being dropped and coming on as a late time substitution, just to make him not get as many yellow cards as he is doing. And then a little bit out wider, we do have Dimitrios Pelkas on the left, who really had a quite nice game against Blackpool, with some of his crosses, long balls, free kicks and corners all being staple to chances that we had, and I believe also chances that we did score from. So well done to Dimitrios Pelkas. And then over on the other side, we have Ryan Longman. He did play at striker against Blackpool, grabbing himself his first goal of the season. First goal since I believe we signed him in January. And to be fair to him, he scored his first non-beautiful goal for us. A cheeky tap-in that was fumbled around the area from a corner. So that, and also all the beautiful power shots into the top corners that he scored, make an interesting goal scoring tally for him. And then I do see up top Oscar Estupinian returning to the side. I think that it was strategic taking him on the bench to rest him, especially with him being like our main goal scoring attribute, which then led on to a variety of other players who don't usually score and don't really have an attacking prowess, leading on to them to score. Which I thought was quite nicely done by Andy Dawson. But I do see him returning to this side because he did, once he got brought on in the second half, you really saw a change, not only in our attacking play style, but also in our defending play style, because he's sort of the striker that isn't afraid to get back and defend. He's similar to Harry Kane, if you want to put it like that. It's a striker, but he knows that he has to come back and do the job at the other end of the pitch, which I do like, and which was helpful in that second half defensive performance, which was really, really strong. So that's my predicted lineup. Let me know down in the comments who you think may come in, may not, who you think you'd change. So let me know down below. Let's move on to a little bit of information about both sides. So obviously last time we played Rotherham was that 3-2 FA Cup win with a certain Tom Eaves grabbing a hat-trick. Now, that's a little bit of an interesting news because obviously Tom Eaves is actually now at Rotherham, although he's not playing too much football for them. I don't think he's actually scored a goal, although he did say that he was going to score 40 in the Championship this season. I don't think he scored one in the league this season. He may have scored one. But to be fair to Rotherham, their top goal scorer is a defender. He's grabbed 4 goals and I think his name's Wood or something like that. So interesting statistics coming out of Rotherham so far. They are obviously above us in the table. I believe they're sitting in 11th where we're sitting in 19th. I believe there's only like 4 points between us, so it is still very tight, the Championship table. I think a few good wins and we would be back up towards that top end promotion playoffs area. So just need to get a bit more momentum underneath us, especially coming off the back of this Blackpool win. Let's move in to my predicted score for the game. So I do say that we're going to come off the momentum. I do say we're going to come off the momentum good and actually grab ourselves our first clean sheet win of the season, being a 2-0 win over Rotherham. It's another Yorkshire derby. It's going to be a little bit dicey, especially coming off the back of that Blackpool game where we did see a lot of challenges, a lot of cards getting shown. I don't think that it'll be quite as bad as that, but I do see it to be a little bit more dicey, and also a 2-0 win for the Tigers. A goal from Dimitrios Pelkas to open up the scoring after his fantastic form in the past few games. And then also another goal from a certain someone. It's Oscar Estupinian grabbing his 9th of the season so far, as he does need to grab one because he's currently tied at the top of the Championship scoring list. So it's really, really teetering out our season so far. So a 2-0 win here is what I'm predicting. A 2-0 win would be very, very good for the side. Then returning back home to face Blackburn, I believe, is our next game. So a win would be very, very good for our momentum and also our season's case. Let me know down in the comments what you think the score will be, who you think will score, and any other extra information you think I might want to know. So let me know down below. But this has been the Hull City Fan Central YouTube channel. Make sure that you like and subscribe so you don't miss any other Hull City news and content, as it will have a reaction out after the game tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. But this has been the Hull City Fan Central YouTube channel. Goodbye.